It is another day. Just trying to get it, trying to build myself up, trying to move forward. And I came on here to say, man, like, I think my life is going in just like a new direction. A lot of the things are happening, has happened, and a new direction and a new space of transforming your life for the better is an interesting moment in time, because it's like for so long you wanted to always put yourself and position yourself, and once you get to that point of things paying off, obviously it's not time to let up, but it's definitely a time to be grateful that life has relieved you of certain things. And I'm just so happy now that I'm moving just forward. When life allows you to have a new direction and you're always constantly fighting, you're always waking up and you're always giving yourself a chance, things just start to open up. I'm seeing it every day, even when there was days where I wasn't able to give my all. It was so much that I could have allowed myself to just give in and go and don't even think about it, but I kept fighting, man. And I'm just in a space now where, we gotta always choose ourselves. Like, it sucks that we're living in times where jobs aren't really hiring. It's all about who you know, and how can you position yourself for a job. And sometimes you just look at it and it's like, man, you work so hard just to be in a position for people to at any point in time fire you. Like, I'll say September of 2024, I had worked my first job at a Fortune 500, and I thought I was on top of the world. I've never had, a job like that. I was working my way up, and, I started in customer service, and I had a path for myself to work into IT. And, on the outside looking in, people can look like they're thriving. And in reality, like, it's just crazy how some people can be working for somebody else for 8 to 10 years and work their whole career just to build up somebody else's, and you don't think to build your own. And like, I've always been just driven and ambitious. Now, in terms of like how implementing, I can't say I always had the tools and the know-how and the will to do it. Like, I can say, like, within maybe these past 2 years, from doing Uber, working in marketing, selling internet at a grocery store, like, all of these tools I think have built, and I think like have molded me to become an entrepreneur. Like, I feel like my life was always positioned myself to become an entrepreneur, and I didn't think about it, like, because I've jumped into businesses where it was just commission based, and you're based on how much you do it, what you do for that week, you get paid on. You get literally paid on your week to week performance. So it's not like you go through the 40 hours throughout the week, and no matter if you did good or bad, like, you still get that paycheck. Everything was kind of performance based. So it taught me a lot about like just everything when it comes to like just the decisions and things that you got to make, you know, and just the whole global just scale of how money works, you know. And I've always been a person that just read between the lines, and always like I always wanted to see the truth in things, and that's why I try and talk to people like, man, if you have something that you really want to work towards, go in that direction. Always feed it. Always wake up every day with some sort of vision, you know, because it's so many distractions across the world, everywhere we look and see, that you start to ignore everything that is in your own mind. And as a result, people become comfortable, people become lazy, people become all of these things that doesn't allow them to become successful. And I've worked so much on myself internally every day in, day out, just trying to research things, why my tendencies are like this and why these, and I have reached a point of just mastering myself to I can get up at any point of the time, and even though like I might be dragging it, I can still push through when I feel lazy. Like that was my hardest, I think, barrier to overcome. Like my biggest obstacle is doing things when you don't want to. Like when you I feel like when you can get to that point, you know, you can have the vision, you can have all of these things, but when you can create some sort of will and energy at the same in the same breath of not wanting to do it, like you literally break the mold and you find the glitch in the system. You know, you literally can allow yourself, like, because those are one of the hard things. Like we are so like, as human beings, it's just our flesh to be we want to feel good, we want to feel comfortable, but if you can find comfort in the space of uncomfortability, like you're miles ahead of everybody. Like and that's what working on yourself, creating that internal framework, because the external, everything on the outside, like you can be super broke, you can do all these things. Unless you change whatever that's inside, everything on the outside is gonna stay the same. I'm just gonna be 100% honest. Everything on the outside is gonna still stay the same. And so you always gotta create, just find ways and constantly just keep fighting, man. Cause it's so hard. It's so hard. But when you can just see just the potential, and things start opening up, and things tend to become a little bit easier, even though you still work, even though you look forward to the work, you look forward to the challenge. And there's going to be times when you're not motivated, but you still got to do it. You know, I'm just going to say it's good to be in a new direction. I'm grateful, but I'm not content. And for anybody that has that same, is in that same space, don't get content and keep finding a way.